Hello, it's Tess. Today I want to continue just talking to you about detoxification and such a big topic. Specifically today I want to talk about the liver and it is our major detox organ together with the bowel and the kidneys and the lungs and the skin and also the lymph. It performs amazing functions in our body, hundreds if not thousands of functions the liver performs, but today specifically on its detoxification function. I find that in my clinic that is the work that I have to do most, and in every session I have to support the detox organs. So I think I'm a bit of an expert in detoxification, to be honest. I do that on a daily basis in my clinic and with every client. So I think we have to consider the fact that most of us, because we live in such a toxic onslaught kind of life, there's just always toxicity around us, that we may have sluggish livers. So when I talk about a sluggish liver, I mean a liver that has toxicity in it, and it's not doing its function properly. Okay, it's not the hepatocytes, the liver cells are not working to their best ability. So we're going to chat a little bit today about that, and then see what we can do ourselves to promote our liver health a little bit more. So I think a sluggish liver is behind many health concerns. Both physical and mental, all right? I think so. The skin, for example, for me the skin is the first place, the first organ that's going to show us that there's toxicity in the liver, or in the bowel as well, or in the kidney, to be honest. Acne, cystic acne, for example, definitely it's liver related. Eczema, psoriasis, we're looking at. In my clinic, I find that people who come in with those conditions, I find high levels of heavy metals, specifically copper. I find pesticides, Roundup and stuff like that. I find pathogens, so I often find a liver parasite just to add to the muddiness of the liver. So to me, skin conditions is a sign of toxicity. It's specifically toxicity in the liver. And as you know, it's just related to the bowel and the digestion and everything else. Toxic liver can cause hormonal issues, menopausal issues, symptoms, early onset menopause, menstrual concerns for sure. And just think about the fact that our liver is responsible for detoxifying all those endocrine disrupting chemicals that we've mentioned in previous videos as well. Okay, digestive concerns. So one of the things that happens when we've got a sluggish liver is that our hydrochloric acid in our stomach can drop. Now, when you don't have enough or good quality at the right pH hydrochloric acid, you are going to have some digestive issues. Just to get started, okay? That's just the start of your issues. So the body's not going to digest the food properly, and you'll probably end up with some form of, it sounds yucky, but rotting, kind of putrefying going on inside of your gut. And that could lead to some bloating or constipation, and just it's not very nice, gas, all that sort of discomfort. We can have gallbladder issues. I'm not going to go into that, but the liver and the gallbladder are very related, and also on the Chinese model of medicine, they partnered up in the meridians. A fatty liver can result if you experience things like fatigue, nausea. That's nausea, for those who didn't get my accent there. Constant hunger, cholesterol levels that are out of whack, increased blood pressure, hypertension, SIBO, that's another one. SIBO is a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. That's linked to liver issues and also low stomach acid, by the way. Headaches, eyesight. If you're suddenly finding your eyesight's not that great, it was going backwards, think liver. Diabetes, think liver. Okay, there's a whole lot to say about that, which I won't do today. Weight issues, not being able to lose weight, for example. Heart palpitations. I'm just mentioning a few things. There's just, hundreds and hundreds of conditions and health concerns that can relate back to the liver. But the mental part of it as well, the memory concerns and brain fog, when you just can't remember things. You've just said something, or you were just going to go research something quickly on Google, and then you go, what was I going to look for? What was I going to do? Yeah, okay, think liver and toxicity there. And then we have to remember that when we're talking about toxins, we're also talking about emotional toxicity. And this is an area that I love to work in this area. And the Chinese are so clever in their health model. I really love adopting the way that they look at the whole being in terms of health and wellness. There's a correlation with the organs of the body and the emotions. And the liver has an emotion of anger. All right, so you can think maybe some days when you feel liverish, it's those irritable days and sort of angry, irritable, see fire everywhere. That's related to the anger is related to the liver. I'm actually just reminded of a client of mine who came in here a while ago, and she's not with us anymore. She's passed on. And she came to me presented with stage 4 liver cancer. And she was given about 3 months the prognosis wasn't good for her at all. She was, last resort she came here, as often happens. And to make a long story short, I would say her default emotional setting was one of anger. And she was a very angry woman, angry at what life threw at her, all the injustices. And she was just really angry and resentful. And that's the sort of stuff that emotion and that biochemistry around that is going to cause problems according to our map of the body and the emotions in the liver, gallbladder area. Okay, and that's where it started, liver, gallbladder. Anyway. So the liver and the gallbladder are very related to one another. They're part of that wood element. And also, while I'm on that Chinese model, is that there's a cleansing clock, if you like, a natural cleansing, detoxifying, regenerating clock for all of our organs, according to the Chinese model. And the liver gallbladder time is 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. So guess what you don't want to be doing? You don't want to be partying at 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. You don't want to have alcohol and chippies and, sugar, and you don't want to have that at that time of the day. Come on, peoples. You want to be sleeping. Okay? You want to look after your liver and love your liver. But just in case you didn't know, the liver can regenerate. It takes about 6 weeks or so for the liver to regenerate, according to University of Iowa, that is, at least. And also, I just want to we're going to start talking a little bit about what we can do at home, what we can do for our liver to support our liver to do its function. I'm going to show you something. So here I work with the Chinese meridians and the points quite a bit. I'm just looking over here, sorry, I'm not looking at your face now. So this is a foot, and the meridians run from the inside of the big toe, just at the base of that's the end point or the start point. And it runs up this way towards the ankle there. Okay, it goes further up, but this is really cool. So what I do sometimes, I know I get a little bit of ache sometimes. I know it's my liver, and then I just rub it out with a strong, you know, get the thumb in there, the tip of your thumb, just rub it out. And I often put an essential oil on there as well, and I just pick them intuitively. I love that point there to use when I feel like I want to really support my liver. Okay, I rub essential oils on there, and I rub that point, and again I go in a little bit not gentle when I go in. It must be almost painful. Okay, give it a rub, sort of a minute or so, give it a rest, and you can do it again. Use some essential oils on there. Okay, you can choose which ones. So the other thing that I'm just reminded of is color therapy. So the liver, because it sits in the sacral, sort of the chakra, it's the is it the sacral chakra? Yeah, I think it's sacral. Anyway, it's the color is yellow, so we want to support that color yellow, because it gives energy to that chakra where the liver is situated. And I'm immediately thinking of essential oils that can help us support that. Thinking lemon, like as yellow as you can get. Lemon, even grapefruit. I'm thinking oils such as lemongrass, sandalwood. I'm thinking there's even basil, there's fennel, bergamot can be used, tea tree can be used, vetiver can be used. Okay, so I think yellow, so to support and maybe use on that point on the foot, liver 4 point. So just to remind you, the job of the liver is to take fat soluble toxins. Most toxins are fat soluble, and that's why they sit in the brain and in the fatty tissues of the body, thyroid, adrenals, and in the fat cells of the body. And the liver's job is to take those toxins and actually change them into, and through those liver phases that we've spoken about before, change them into something that is water soluble so that you can urinate it out. That's where the kidneys come into play, and your bowels can move these waste products out as well. So one of the first ways that we can support our liver is to support our kidney and our bowel. All right, and I can't say enough about it. In fact, I'll do something specifically on the bowel. You want to have good quality water, you want to have good balance of minerals and vitamins, and you want to have fiber in your diet, okay? That it will support those avenues and in that way support your liver. You want to remove all your toxins. Avoid toxins wherever you can. You want to avoid the toxicity that comes with the food and the drinks that you take in. You want to eat whole. You want to get rid of things like alcohol, and it's not good for your liver. Sugar, processed foods, white, processed and refined foods, flours, all of those sorts of things. You want to remove that from your skincare and your personal products. You want to remove toxicity from your home chemicals. You want to clean with natural product from your garden, your lawn. You don't want to go spray pesticides, and you don't want to spray insecticides. Not good for you. You want to use plant therapy. So let's get back to plant therapy. You want to use good food. Your raw, sorry, I just got stuck there. Your raw and organic or lightly steamed vegetables, and fruits as well. Just use plants as food, and especially if you include liver supportive foods there, like broccoli and onions and garlic and your greens and coriander. It's amazing. Coriander is amazing. It's been shown in a study from memory with Vietnamese people that they actually have much lower levels of heavy metals in their diet. Okay, you might want to add Hawaiian spirulina and barley grass and wild blueberries. If you can't get wild blueberries, some frozen blackberries and some Atlantic dulse. Where do I get that from? This guy. Love his work. just having to just put him out there. Love his work. He actually backs up everything that we know and that I know with BioResonance Naturopathy. Okay, love him. And then lastly, folks, please, please, please have a look at the ingredients in your Lifelong Vitality Pack Trio. You're going to find in there, and also in the Endocrine Detoxification Complex, you're going to find in there the herbs that we know, that I know as a herbalist and as a naturopath, and prescribe for people to support them with their liver, restoring the liver, protecting the liver, supporting the liver to do its job better. These are things such as milk thistle and dandelion. There's dandelion leaf in here, and also there's dandelion root in there as well. Green tea, broccoli sprouts, high level of broccoli sprouts in there. You've got a whole lot of beautiful nutrients and essential oils in there that support your detoxification pathways and elimination pathways, as well as endocrine. So that supports all of your elimination pathways, not just your liver. So guys, wrapping up this one for today, I'm not a massive big fan of big detoxification protocols as such. I like the idea that we can do just as an amazing job on a daily basis to support our body and our elimination organs to remove these waste and toxic products from our body. But we've got to make the effort to do that and also remove it from our lives. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon again. Bye.